It's been known for decades that YouTube's comment section is filled with the most intellectual discourse mankind has ever come up with, where no arguments and no spam ever happens, a place where only the brightest and most intelligent ever choose to talk about anything on the internet. It's not. It's not. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about a thing that reminded me of YouTube a long time ago. Now, I've been on this platform for more than, the time I've been uploading videos. I've been on this platform since the very beginning. When it was all filled with cat videos, and then after, basically the primordial goo went away, we ended up jumping into things like RB and the Chief and Angry Video Game Nerd, Irate Gamer, Nostalgia Critic, all of that. I was on that Web 1.0 stuff. Basically, I like to consider myself an internet caveman in this case. But now the internet's filled with various forms of social media. YouTube is slowly getting replaced with YouTube Shorts or TikTok and Facebook gaming and all this wacky, wild stuff. Frankly, I'm a boomer at this point. So what I'm about to cover is something that I feel only 0.01% of the people watching this may actually have lived to discover. Again, I'm kind of carbon dating my audience at this point. Now, if you've ever been around for chain letters, you know that they exist in every capacity. You know when people tell you, hey guys, pass this message along for good luck, that's the kind of chain messages we're talking about. But as a kid, when I was younger, watching ghost videos on YouTube reminded me that chain letters is something that I actually kind of miss. Kind of in very, kind of, because they mostly just devolved into spammy nonsense. Back in the day when you watched a totally real ghost video, half of the comments were always filled with, hey guys, so anyways, in 1967, there was one babysitter that ended up just taking care of a child. The parents didn't realize anything bad, but after a while when they came home, they noticed little Billy was missing. But they looked around the house real quick. Turns out little Billy was in the oven. The babysitter went at large. Repost this to 5 other videos, otherwise the babysitter's gonna get you. Wanna know what the babysitter did? She didn't come and get you. In fact, anybody that fell for that was really basically tested for their intellectual capacity. Now, even as a kid, I kind of looked at these and thought, there's no way a babysitter's gonna kill me. I never reposted any of these spam letters, but I did get close, okay? Sometimes it was late at night, it was past my bedtime, and I'll be honest, sometimes it did creep me out a little bit. Now, for the most part, a lot of these things are relics of the old age, and you won't really find them except archived through YouTube. For instance, this is a 2008 video from a channel a long time ago detailing YouTube chain letters, which tries to archive, and I'm saying try because I really don't know what the fuck I'm looking at here. It's kind of like the webcam you stick the webcam so close you cannot focus. But anyways, they're archiving YouTube, comment sections, these YouTube chain letters, if you will. And if you can't make out anything, I think that says a few years. Again, I'm really trying to guess here. But there are better ways. There are better archives, and we'll be looking through all of them. Here's another one that I found from 2007, a year ago. This person realized that putting the webcam a little further away makes the focus better. Please don't read. In 1945, a young boy named Katu Latakulu came over to America. And of course, this is where the video recording tends to fail. So I'm going to go look through the archives that I found existing on the internet, and we're going to go through a few YouTube chain letters, if you will, just to kind of see what the old internet was like. So one of them starts off pretty wholesome. There are 20 angels in this world. 10 are sleeping. 9 are playing. 1 is reading this. They're not. No angels reading this one. That's pretty wholesome and cute. Let's ramp up a little bit. Let's switch to second gear. If you're reading this, if you are or have read this comment, then you are cursed for life. Oh, up in the ante. You will have a terrible life. Okay. And never get married. If you are already married, you will get divorced. Only way to undo this curse is if you comment 5 videos with this exact message. That or fix your marriage, both will work, but I guess this one is far easier. The comment we read, though, at the beginning was, in 1945, a young girl named Kata Latakulu came over to America in a gray boat from Africa. A mysterious man killed her by cutting the word Latualatuka in her back. Okay, I'm gonna wait, okay? I'm going to wait for a second. That's an anagram, okay? Now that you have read this message, she will come to your house on a full moon and steal your soul unless you follow these directions. They never gave the directions. Hold on a second. There ain't no full moon tonight, so I'm safe. No soul's getting stolen today. Do not read, please don't read this. I always hate it when they say, please don't read this. Because at the end of the day, all right, you're gonna read it. You will get kissed on the nearest possible Friday by the love of your life. Tomorrow will be the best day of your life. However, if you don't post this comment to at least 3 videos, you will die within 2 days. Copy and paste this to be saved. Okay, now wait a second. This brings you to a little quandary, okay? If you were to have the best day of your life after getting cursed, then die, is the death really that bad? Like, you had the best day possible. Bro, it's all downhill from there. Like, what? The curse doesn't really even make that much sense. Now, of course, if you want to rack it up to like 6th gear, all right, like, let's go, boys. In 1876, a young girl named Jen was walking down a river. An insane man killed her by stabbing her in the back and then hanging her in his closet, where he hanged her. Oh, he said, "Bukake, bukake." Don't Google that one. Now that you have read this message, she will find you, and her dead body will haunt your house for 5 years. Every night you go to sleep, she will appear in your closet, hanging there with her glowing red eyes. Repost 3 times to be saved. So basically, she's going to haunt your house for 5 years, and every night you go to sleep, she's going to be there with the glowing red eyes. Here's a plot twist, Bucka. Your closet has a door. Close the door. And if all she's going to do is stare at you with glowing red eyes, that makes her the creep, not you. Of course, they ramped that up to gear 6 at this point, so there you go. Please don't read this. In 1997, a girl called Lauren was wallaching in a forest, and then, she just disappeared. No one ever found her until 2000, when a young girl called Mary found her body and markings on her chest saying, "I wasn't pretty enough." And now you have read this, she will appear in your mirror saying you're not pretty enough and kill you. By the way, the girl called Mary died shortly after. To be saved, paste this to 5 other videos. This is true. It's not true. It's not. It's not true. Of course, you know, as a young person, if I read this, I probably would be scared of that young girl coming out to find me. So I probably would not repost this because, you know, after thinking that, the brain cell would kick in and I would realize I'm reading a chain letter. But of course, this isn't just like a YouTube thing, okay? YouTube was where I saw this, and it really only lasted like a year or 2 before things really started changing. I gotta say, up until like 2010, 2011, this kind of stuff really stopped, okay? Like, it wasn't really that prevalent after the fact. This was a very short-lived era of the YouTube comment sections. Now it's all just hell, okay? It is what it is. Of course, this really sparked a debate from Jeff the Killer is Cool. Should chain letters be banned from YouTube? 57% say yes, 43% say no. Pretty split, you know, debate here. There's no reason to allow them. They are often obscene and play no part in any beneficiary role to humanity. Unlike other forms of parody or expression, they do not encapsulate the views of a person, but instead simply are spam of the highest order. It is not a form of any plausible, intelligible communication whatsoever. I'm gonna assume this person's nose is fused right into the nostril, like they're right into the colon at this point. Like, we're talking nostril to anus transmission. Read the U.S. Constitution, silly. At least in the United States and in other countries that have documents similar to our Constitution, chain letters should not be banned because of our freedom of speech. Although these chain letters do tend to be very ludicrous, false, and attention-seeking, we have the right to comment on social media with chain letters. They are irksome, however. How do we tell them it's a private company? How do we do it? Try and make computers smart enough to detect them. This is the precursor to AI. This person started their own company later on. Of course, if you're ever wondering how to write these, which you shouldn't because I'm pretty sure they're banned by YouTube TOS, in 2021, an article was posted on WikiHow, How to Start a Chain Letter. Understand the format of a chain letter. Here's an example letter from Mary. If you're reading this, you can't stop. My name is Mary. I'm 15. I have long black hair and no nose. I'm in a white dress. If you don't copy this on 500 videos, I will stand behind you with a knife and kill you. That's a WikiHow article, by the way. Jesus Christ. You could start a little, relaxed there. Oh, here's a joke story, by the way. A few years ago, two parents went out for dinner. A few hours later, the babysitter, this is the one I was talking about. Oh my God. Babysitter was calling to ask if she could cover up the clown statue in the kids' room. The father said, take the kids and get out of the house. We'll call the police. We don't have a clown statue. The clown statue is really a killer that escaped from jail. If you don't post this to 10 other videos, the clown will be in your bed at 3 a.m. with a chainsaw in his hand. You know, the clown, he's not there. The clown's never gonna be there. That's not a joke. That's serious. Decide how you will, don't send them by U.S. mail, okay? I think they actually have laws against, chain letters, like especially ones revolving money. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. Don't do that, and don't broadcast emergency alert tones. That's equally a bad idea. Nowadays, though, a lot of text messages are filled with chain letters. Like, I have a few of them on my actual phone, and it makes me hate, text messaging in general. For instance, you'll get shit like, it's Mo Day, the start of a new week, Mondays are hard, send this to anybody who uses this many emojis. You deserve the FBI rating, like your house. You should actually you should be put on a fucking watch list to 6 homies to make them have a good Monday. Don't break the chain or else you'll have a bad Monday. Go. God, this is bad. This should be illegal. You might not believe this, but fake news and information is actually on Facebook. I know. It's a bit of a shocker, isn't it? So stuff like this keeps popping up. Like, thank you, Mark Zuckerberg, for your forward-thinking generosity. Okay. And congrats on becoming a dad. Mark Zuckerberg has announced he's giving away $45 billion of Facebook stock. That's quite a gender reveal party. What you may not have heard is that he plans to give 10% of it away to people like you and me. All you have to do is copy and paste this message into a post immediately. At midnight Pacific Standard Time, Facebook will search through the day's post and award 1,000 people with $4.5 million each as a way of saying thank you for making Facebook such a powerful vehicle for connection and philanthropy. I think you're trying to say data collection, but I appreciate it. This is obviously a lie. But, I wasn't surprised when I actually saw real life people reposting shit like this, because at the end of the day, what's the problem reposting it? It's not like anybody on Facebook's going to be there to read it. And hey, on the off chances this is the one scammer that might actually give you 3 million, that's the way I think most people thought of it. Don't repost this. 100% of these posts on Facebook are a scam. Here's a general rule from Muda. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Just like the clown statue, And thus marks the end of the YouTube chain comment era. I know a lot of people look at YouTube comment sections and wear the hazmat suits immediately when they walk in. I love the YouTube comment section. I actually read almost every comment you guys post. Usually my videos get 1,000 to 2,000 comments, on average. So I tend to after a video's out, I'll wait a few hours, but I'll try to read as many comments as I can. They're usually filled with nice wholesome memes, posts, and in a lot of cases, it's where I get constructive criticism for further content in my channel. If you ever want to tell me what kind of content you want, what kind of content you want to see, I basically take it as an aggregate from my comment section. Because, hey, part of being somebody on this platform is listening to the audience that watches. That's why I love the comment section. I love partaking in it. And it does anger me when I see bullshit spam. But recently I was teleported back to 15 years ago and I saw one of these comments, and I really wanted to share that time period with you because it really was a wholesome time period where every ghost video was littered with that same goddamn chain letter. And, at the end of the day, don't fall for any chain letter, especially not scam chain letters. They're all lies. No ghost is gonna hunt you down. Trust me. Your boy fell for these 15 years ago, and I'm still alive and well, aren't I? Yeah, I really don't know how to end this off. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. I have a Gemini home entertainment video to release tomorrow.